Why did you refuse to be the Azkals head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
All right, folks. Special edition of Hands On today. Not only is it the 13th episode of the second season, where we've been hanging out with the movers and shakers of Philippine football for 2 seasons now. It's pretty incredible. But today we're going to be holding the FA League Cup draw today. It's the first time that the UFL has ever hosted this tournament. It'll be kicking off the 2014-15 season, so it's a big deal. There's 14 teams involved. Just to give you guys a bit of a background, so 14 teams from the first division and a few teams from the second division are participating. It's going to start on September 20 and it's going to run until November 6th. There's going to be the groupings will be revealed today on the draw. It'll be 2 groups of 7. The top 4 will move on to the next round, where there will be another draw for the quarterfinals, and it's going to be a free-for-all, that draw. So
Fixture.
So to speak. So if you go top your group in Group A or Group B,
so you cannot choose. Nobody can choose their opponents.
It doesn't guarantee a weak opponent going into the next round. So you might go up against the top team of the the other group, just like that. All right. So it's going to be exciting, so we're going to be holding this for the first time live on nmftv.com. Hopefully, there's a lot of people tuned in right now, and if you're not, then you guys can check this out on iTunes later on, and on YouTube. We're going to be available as well. So, Jing, Hamlang here with Coach Hans as usual, and we've got Bob Guerrero in the studio today.
Hello.
You're going to be the lovely man helping us with the draw today.
Apparently, you guys think I have experience handling balls, and so I'm gonna. Yes, pretty much.
Start.
Yeah, got the balls right here. Yes.
It's a football show, Bob.
Yeah.
We don't talk about balls or never mind.
Quick reminder to Coach Hans. Quick reminder, we will limit the profanity until after the UFL Cup draw when everybody else has turned on. Saying hello to Sarasota Football Club. I appreciate the support as usual. We're going to acknowledge their presence on our show because they support the program and they've been supporting it for 2 seasons. But after which we will have to remove them from this area because they are part of the draw as well. All right, so without further ado, let's get things started. We'll be talking about the Peace Cup a little later on, other developments, obviously how the groups pop out and what our thoughts on that are. That'll come up in just a little while. All right, we've got UFL club managers and coaches present in the studio today. We've got Mark Malcampo of Global. We've got John Gutierrez of Pachanga de Liman, who's made the trip, and from Loyola Meralco Sparks, new manager, new coach, Armand Del Rosario and Simon McMenery.
Speaking of Simon, for those who are saying, let's guest him. Don't worry. Week after next, he's coming home.
In a moment, yeah? All right, so let's get
We're not talking about football.
Let's get things underway, all right? Very quickly, where am I looking at here? Over here? Hi, all right? So 2 teams to start things off. Global, as you can see there, and Loyola Meralco Sparks are the top 2 teams after the league season last year, or just the recently concluded league. We're going to put them into separate eggs.
Not balls.
Yeah, very nice eggs here. Bob's going to do the other one.
It's going to be my fault if somebody gets into a group of death,
so
right?
You guys can see
totally
that.
My fault. Okay, so.
That's what we get. We got you here,
Shout out to people from Manila Jeepney as well who are tuned into the program right now. They're hoping for a good draw.
Isn't everybody hoping for a good draw?
Just to let you guys know, this is all completely
Do we drop
random.
this here?
Yes, we're going to drop this in here. Coach Hans.
He's got to
shake it up.
He can't look at it though.
With my clean hand or my dirty hand?
Doesn't. Oh, hey! One popped out there. Close your eyes.
Is that the
Close your hands.
Close
your hands. Close your eyes. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. There we go.
If anybody says later on that, I picked out him cheating, screw you, come up.
All right, here we go. Coach Hans gets
Group
the
A.
first. Group A. This is the starting point.
Group A. Loyola.
Loyola FC is now placed into Group A. All right, we're going to show you guys the template in just a little while.
So obviously,
right? Loyola is in Group A, which means just for the purposes of seeing it, Global FC is in Group B. Where am I showing that? All right, there it is. All right, Loyola Morocco Sparks pops up in Group A, and Group B. In just a little while, you will see Global popping up there. Now, if you guys can see that, where's the light? It's too bright. Anyways, Global FC. I'm holding it up right here.
There. Perfect.
All right, good. So the top 2 seeds have been placed in their respective groups. It's time for us to place Stallion FC and Kai FC into their respective places as well. So if I could get a little help here. Stallion FC, this is your egg. You gotta call.
Don't you like blue? Anyway.
And I'm gonna place Kaya FC in the other one. All right.
Yeah, just handling eggs, Bob?
No, I'm not.
It's an Easter egg hunt experience here.
Okay. Snap it into place. All right.
Here we go. We're gonna just roll this. Jeez. Somebody's got a.
Was that mine?
That's
probably yours
too
again.
Hard, man.
I snapped mine into place. I don't know about yours.
Best draw ever. Here we go. Second one, Coach Hans.
Is this for Group A or B?
This is for Group A.
A. Stallions.
Stallion is in Group A. All right.
Why can't you see?
There.
Stallion
Perfect,
FC.
perfect.
Stallion,
And
Group A, Kaya, Group B.
Kaya will be
Always.
placed in Group B.
I was about to say it earlier, I knew it.
Obviously, gotta
Kaya will be with...
just to show.
We were wanting.
Kaya FC is in Group B. All right, so there you go. All right, so top 4 teams have been placed, as you can see on the template. It'll be shown here who is playing who.
Do we start with this?
And then now we're gonna be start.
One by one.
Yeah. Now the rest of the teams, the remaining teams there, Loyola Morocco Sparks will face Stallion FC in the group stages, and Global FC is grouped along with Kaya. Now the remaining teams are Manila Jeepney, new first division team. We have Philippine Army, Team Socceroo, Sarasota Football Club, who has been promoted as well, Green Archers United FC, Pachanga Diliman FC, and from the second division we have Manila All Japan, Laos, Forza, and those are that completes the rest of the teams participating. So the last 10. All right, so we're going to be placing them into the purple eggs, all of them.
Let's go.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go alternate Group A, Group B. We're going to start off with Group A. And if you guys want to get involved with pulling out some of the eggs,
We drop it here,
because
right?
we
Drop it here, right?
Seeing as you guys are no longer involved,
Where did you guys buy these eggs?
it's classified
In
information.
the market, going
Classified information.
Is it from the same supplier that FIFA uses for its draws? Or?
Absolutely.
You know?
As you can see.
No, they got bigger eggs there.
So we got to fit in some dead air while we put these slips in these.
Yeah. So
balls, huh?
right. By the way, Peace Cup results and thoughts. We're gonna break that down a little later on. 5-1 win for the Philippines against Chinese Taipei, which sets us up to face Myanmar. Myanmar, right? 4-1. They beat Palestine.
Yeah.
So that'll be on Saturday. UFL Cup, FA League Cup will be starting on the 20th for everybody. And we can actually reveal already who will be playing in that first game. So, yeah.
You can reveal.
Yeah, I will be able to in a little while.
It'll be obvious.
All games will be played at Rizal Memorial Football Stadium.
Last one, Pachanga.
Okay?
Where do you want? What do you want, John? What group do you want?
She says it must be part of the Loyola group.
The preferences here? Okay.
Around, shake it in front of the camera.
Shake it. There you go.
Shake your money maker.
Mark, your team has already been called, so we're gonna have you just whittle on over here and grab one.
Group A, this is for Group A.
This is for Group A.
Don't look at the balls.
Yeah, look away.
Bob has got this fixture with balls, man.
All right, so here we go.
This is Group A, right?
Group A.
A. It is
A3.
Manila Jeepney. Welcome to the big leagues. Manila Jeepney has been grouped alongside Loyola as well as Stallion. All right. Next up.
Let's have Simon. Girls want to see Simon. Let Simon come on the screen, man.
Simon?
Simon. Get one.
Back in the Philippines.
Yeah, boys, that's Simon there. That's for Group B.
This is for Group B. Team Socceroo FC has been pulled out right there. So Team Socceroo is in
B3.
Group B. All right, let's just keep the ball rolling here. Arman, do you want to grab one? Yeah. For Group
B.
Joining Loyola in Group A is Pachanga Diliman, which means I can get John now to pull out.
We're gonna get a rematch of last year's final.
Ooh.
Wait, Ange, are we getting it
Yes.
all there? Ange, can we see? And before we proceed, can we see the?
Let's do Group B first, all right? Let's just wrap up Group B. So the next team in Group B, I will actually allow John to grab.
Are they getting it?
Yeah.
Which one? We know which one's gonna be. I feel it for you.
Madge.
All right, Manila All Japan has been placed in Group B alongside Global and Kaya. And who else has been in Group B?
Maybe we can ask for the green screen to come.
And Team Socceroo. So this is how it's shaping up so far. Loyola, Stallion, Manila Jeepney, and Pachanga Diliman FC in Group A.
So far, it's all balanced.
And Group B
Do I see
is
it?
Global, Kaya, Team Socceroo, and Manila All Japan. Lovely.
We look so small, don't we? Yeah.
So 6 more teams to go. We've still got 6 eggs here. Coach Hans, time for you to grab for Group A.
Ceres Lasal.
Is that allowed? Like a prediction ahead of time? Oh man! Oh man!
This will be put in an investigation.
I forgot to tell you guys, I got 6 cents. Ceres Lasal.
Ceres LaSalle
Group A.
Football Club is in Group A. I have grabbed another one. Should I do that again?
We have
Just
Cal and Sarah, so it's not in the same freaking bracket.
No, it's not going to be fun.
all right. Here we go. Group B is
Go.
Forza.
Forza.
Forza FC has been placed in Group B. All right.
Okay, let's see it first before we continue, Jing. All right.
There it
Here
is.
we have it.
Ceres LaSalle placed in Group A.
Of course, where Loyola is, Lasal should be around.
So
Group
Green
A is-
Archers can still get paired with Forza because
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Group A is looking scary as of the moment.
Group A is looking like the
Group of death.
group of death.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
this is group
This is Group A.
Hey.
Group A.
Group A joining Green Archers
United.
United FC. The plot thickens further.
Sorry, Loyola,
Group
2
A.
Lasals, 1 nothing. All Loyola.
Okay. Again, Group B. Coach
B.
Hans.
Group B. Army.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Laos. Laos FC has been placed in Group B.
B.
Are they with?
Let's take a look.
Global, Kaya, Socceroo.
They gotta play first.
Forza.
We gotta make them play first.
Who?
And anyway, never mind.
Never mind.
Okay. Final round. Let's start off with Group A once again. Coach Hans.
Group A, so this is Army and
It's
Philippine Army has been called out into Group A.
and
no, you
then,
believe me, Simon, when I say I have 6 cents?
so A, and then obviously in Group B, it's
be-
gonna be Dolphins.
Yep,
Dolphins
Dolphins
United.
United. And just to prove that this draw has been done well,
It hasn't.
properly,
It hasn't been done.
Dolphins is in Group B. So what we're seeing here, folks, is quite a stacked Group A and a Group B that is, how should you say, a little bit more manageable given the number of second division teams that have been placed in that Group B. So,
Can we redo the draw again?
are people watching this right now?
Hey,
Should we just
are we
do it
live?
again?
We're not live. We can cut it now. Let's do it again.
We're all first division.
All right,
Yes.
so
Oh, there.
there you go, folks.
You saw it.
Group A is stacked Division 1 teams, and Group B has all the Division 2 teams in Group B. This was completely random.
I don't know whose hand was stunk more, mine or Bob's.
So, this will be posted on the social media sites. On Twitter, it's Hands On NMF. UFL Philippines. On Facebook, it's Hands On. As well on Facebook, it will be United Football League Philippines. So this photo will be up there for you, for all of you who did not make it to the venue. Coach Hans is taking a photo.
I'm gonna do the same thing then.
This is it, folks. This is the FA League Cup. By the way, Can we change the graphic to from UFL Cup 2014 to
UFL League.
FA League Cup 2014? Can we do that? Apologies for the confusion. So the UFL Cup will be running next year alongside the league. So it's going to be a simultaneous thing, something that we're going to be talking about a little later on. But that's how the groupings came out. Initial thoughts, gentlemen?
Do I have even to say anything?
Yeah.
Is it obvious?
Archers might not even make it to the next round.
Trash talking starting already.
Same with Pachangas, Talos, Loyola, GP.
So this is how it works,
and
folks.
Army.
I'm not scared.
Top 4 moves on to the next round. They qualify for the quarterfinals. There's going to be a new draw for the quarterfinals. After the quarterfinal matches are done, semifinals will be drawn again. And then we'll move all the way to the final, which is expected to happen on November 6th. Wow. So there you go, folks. All right, the FA League Cup draw is done and dusted. Happy?
No.
It's all legit. We all saw it.
We saw it.
We saw it.
Right?
The only one happy in this room now is Mark. That's it.
He's grinning. He's grinning pretty good. All right, so
You see Mark smile all the way up to his ears.
So that does it for that. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with the rundown, everything that's been going on in Philippine football, and our thoughts on the FA League Cup, as well as the Peace Cup, and everything in between. All right, so stick around. Don't go away.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up, because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. First, open iTunes. Your next step, hit the iTunes Store button. A search bar should open up as soon as you do that. Type New Media Factory in the search bar, and all your shows should open. Pick the show you like, or all the shows you like. And once that opens, hit the subscribe button. And that's it, you're in. All shows will now be automatically downloaded to your device.
All right, back from the short break. Bob Guerrero is here joining us on our show today. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things. And we're going to start things off with all of you guys who are interacting with us on Pinoy Exchange. Appreciate you guys. There is a Pinoy Exchange thread specifically for hands-on. How cool is that? I've never even actually had the chance to visit this, so I will be checking that out soon and talking to all of you guys. So if you guys have any thoughts, check us out on Pinoy Exchange. There's a football forum there for hands-on specifically.
We look so fucking gay, man. Look at the picture. Dang, what the fuck? You had the makeup on.
Okay, I look so happy. What is going on here? Thanks, Ann.
I look straight down there. I look really straight.
Am I having a finger up your ass, man? Jing, you're so happy.
Oh, man. All right. Also,
I just love these online things, you know. Just fantastic.
I'd also like to say that you guys should check out the Manila Sundance Flea Market of September 5 to 7. That'll be at the Metro tent in Ortigas. You get cozy with all of the NMF folks. They have a lounge area. You can watch their shows, our shows there. And you guys can check out NMF TV merch. And you can enjoy, most importantly, the open bar. Open bar starts at 4
Most
o'clock.
importantly.
All right, so you guys can go check out the shows, hang out, have a few drinks, enjoy yourself. That's at the Metro tent, September 5 to 7. All right, do that. It's called the Manila Sundance Flea Market. Okay, next up on the agenda, 2014 PFF Peace Cup. Mr. Bob Guerrero, you were busy last night, longer than usual on the microphone.
Yes, I was insulated from the Gilas heartbreaking loss.
That's right.
Thankfully.
Oh man,
I did not have to suffer through that.
Yeah, I watched that. That was painful. That was painful. But we did get a good win. And an interesting lineup that was put out by Coach Thomas Dooley, who was sporting a backwards cap yesterday. Really youthful look on the coach. So it came as a surprise to, I think, just about everybody. Right? I mean, Kenshiro Daniels was at right back.
First time you play wing back.
James
No,
Young
second time.
Second?
The first time was last week in the warm-up against Global.
Yeah. And he only
He
played.
came on for like 10 minutes, yeah. I specifically asked him, "Oh, you're a wingback." I said, "Yeah, it's the first time ever." And then put him in a national team.
So Simone Rota's apparently down with the chicken pox. That's what I hear.
I didn't know he was chickenpox. I know he wasn't available. So
yes, that's what I hear. Chicken pox is the
Is there any
culprit.
difference between an Italian chicken pox and Filipino chicken pox?
I don't know.
is there a difference between Italian chicken and Filipino chicken? Maybe that's the question.
That's the proper question.
I don't know. Yeah.
But thoughts on Kenshiro Daniels at right back?
You first.
Well, I was saying, because Ryan was watching behind me, he was asking me why. You know,
Ryan who? Ryan Phoenix?
Ryan Phoenix.
Good friend, Ryan Phoenix, what's up?
And I said, look, I think what Thomas was thinking about is a little more attacking. I get if you have a grading system for Ken last night from 0 to 10,
Yeah.
I'll give him a 9.
Boom.
I'll give Ken a 9.
Boom.
He did pretty well. I mean, people, usually when you have a wing, that's why it's not called fullbacks anymore. Because when you talk about fullbacks, that's all they do. They stay at the back. That's why now it's wingbacks. Okay, like Junior, you started this all from Brazil. Attacking, you're in the back line, but at the same time you play like the second winger.
Yeah.
So
He got up and down quite a few
yes,
times.
and there was one very, very obvious attack, transition from the Azkals last night. Rob gave a long ball while the whole Chinese Taipei team was on the ball side, and Ken was just waiting by the line. And he was already on the attacking mid-third. He was already in the attacking mid-third. But of course, he wasn't able to, they weren't able to have a positive outcome there because the Chinese Taipei defense really came down fast. But I think if I was Thomas Dooley,
Yeah.
I'd be happy with what Kenshiro showed last night. He's young, he's willing to learn, he's got young legs, which is perfect.
Legs.
You like the young legs, don't you?
I love legs, man. Anyway, even chicken legs.
So Kenshiro Daniels, flying marks
Yes,
for you.
yes,
Definitely an option for Coach Thomas Dooley to play in that position. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I think as I wrote on my Passion Fan blog last night.
And that's 150,000 already.
I'm mentioning the blog.
Yeah,
You should have done that.
I'm getting or I'm giving?
No, you're giving.
Anyway,
You're an art show.
I'll pay you in Indonesian rupiah, 150,000 rupiah.
You can keep it,
Yeah.
man. Okay,
So
go
anyway,
ahead.
I think Dooley gauged that Chinese Taipei was not going to put up that much of a challenge.
Yeah.
So it was right to experiment on a game like this.
Yeah.
So basically, he used Kenshiro as a midfielder on the 3-5-2 going forward, which is all well and good. Now, I called the Myanmar-Palestine game. Did you guys?
No,
did you have to
didn't
see
get a chance to see
it was on balls yesterday, and Myanmar looked really scary. And they, I think it was okay to start Kenshiro at right back against Chinese Taipei. Against Myanmar, I would rather go with Carly de Morga at right back or even Anton De Rosario because Myanmar has a very crafty, tricky, unpredictable offense with Kiao Koko, the number 10. He scored that Bastos goal against the Philippines in the 2011 SEA Games, where he chipped over Boy, and then he chipped over Carly, and then he scored. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's the links on the blog, and he was fantastic last night. Yeah. And they've got their number 21 and number 7. Their names, I can't recall them at the moment.
They're difficult.
Don't even try.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a different kettle of fish on Saturday. It will be interesting if he stays with Kenshiro or goes with the more experienced guy at right back.
Kenshiro did have one blunder, if I recall correctly. Like he misjudged like a long ball or something like that. Aside from that, he was playing clever passes. There was one where he played. Who was it that he played on through? It was a great through ball that he played. I don't think it was controlled properly. Thoughts on Manny Ott? That's his first outing in what, 2 years?
2 years, I think 2 years.
Man, long time out in the wilderness. But played in the middle of the park for us and endured sort of an interesting first 20 minutes of the game. He had a great chance to score, put that well wide, and
picked up a yellow card.
Got a little frustrated with the referee very early on.
That means he had a complete game.
Yeah, your thoughts on Manny Ott?
I thought he was all right. I thought that Jason De Jong had struggled a little bit. He had some mistakes earlier, and it was his error that set up the second goal. Maybe Jason De Jong, he's busy changing diapers or something. I don't know. But he's a very good player. I could see Chris Greatwich getting the start over him on Saturday.
You think he's going to partner Manny on?
Could be. Could be, yeah. Why not?
No, now I think Thomas will have to really think. I agree with you with Bob, what you said earlier about playing Myanmar. Yeah, if Thomas was there, I don't know, because I came a little late. If Thomas was watching the game, the first game, which I think he did, no? To scout both.
It was Sebastian Stash who watched it.
Okay. I think they would know what to do. Like I said in our previous episodes, what Thomas has is a good problem, you see, and he's making the most out of it. The lineup that he has. So, well, of course, I'm biased, but I wanted to see Patrick play in the last 20, 25 minutes.
Right.
And after fourth goal, that would have been. But I don't know how many substitutions were. Six.
Six, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys missed the game, Rob Gear, skipper.
Beautiful dive header.
Scored his first international goal for
I don't know why you dive for a header for something that low. I'm just going to kick that thing.
No. Situation, sometimes it just happens where the reaction is right there.
Yeah.
Rob's goal is a reaction goal. You know, he didn't have to really dive head. So people start thinking just like you said. But it happens. It happens in the game wherein, you know, you think you cannot reach forward with your feet. Maybe it's better to reach with your head and all that. Or maybe he slipped, you don't know.
The ball's dipping down.
It was beautiful because if you notice, that ball trickled in. Nobody really knew where the ball was going. Yeah. Everybody was at a standstill and we just saw it like this. Then when it hit the side netting inside, that's when everybody went wild. So, but overall, I said, dive header. I even shouted, dive header. I didn't even know who.
Yeah.
The lady beside me, I didn't know, said, number 2. I said, Rob.
You know, I was so happy for him because he had a goal in the loss to Laos in 2013 or 2012 or 13.
Right.
2013. And so he had an international goal, and that game got wiped off the list of FIFA A internationals because Laos had 7 substitutes. Something like that.
Right.
So he didn't have an international goal, and then he scores one, and then we have a rain delay, and we're like, oh no, this game's gonna be abandoned, and Rob's gonna get another goal scratched off the international list. But fortunately, the game pushed through.
Yeah, the rain was horrible last night.
Oh my God!
I think it was even worse than it was last year.
Yeah.
There's a picture. There's like 30% of the field was covered in water.
Yeah. Artificial pitch.
I got something to say about that.
Perhaps the drainage could have been improved, but to be fair, the drainage could have been improved. I don't know, but that was a beating.
It was biblical.
Yeah,
that rain.
It was intense. I came out at halftime and the players were warming up.
Destroyed my whole plan last night.
You could hardly see anybody.
Destroyed my whole plan for last night.
But we endured. We came out in the second half and we scored a few more goals. We got, obviously, James Younghusband had scored in the first half. And then we had Phil Younghusband be so unselfish that he passed it to the Chinese Taipei defender to be like, go on, son, get a goal. And that was an own goal, so that was 3-0.
Kurtz.
And then we had Mark Hartman score 2.
Kurt's pass, which wouldn't be possible if Chris didn't make the decoy play.
Which one? Oh, right. That was the second goal. The first one was teed up by Patrick Reichelt. Patrick Reichelt teed it up to Mark Hartman.
First goal of Mark.
He scored, and then he does his, the usual.
Yes.
And then the usual celebration.
I'm not going to do that with you. You're on your own in that one, yeah.
And then afterwards, he went on and scored a beautiful goal for the fifth one. We did give up 1 goal, so it was 5-1. But great performance from the
That's that goal earlier, because even in the first half, Jason had made some crucial mistakes about the back passes, and on a field like this, it's dangerous. But Jason has been known to be doing a lot of that, those pass backs, which had no weight, in the pass. That's why Chinese Taipei was also able to score that goal. I think Mueller had no chance. But you know what? I'll tell you, in the first half, I was so confident that I said there'll be more. There are more goals.
Yeah, we were so dominant. Goals. Compared to last year, they got us. Chinese Taipei got us. But this year it was like, Dude, we
From
were so
what I heard,
so comfortable.
Chinese Taipei team is a young team. It's a young team. The FA is training.
Is it a completely new batch of
Well, the two goal scorers from last year in Panaad, Lee Mao, who beat that offside trap last year, remember that? He was there, and then the other guy whose name I forget, and then the keeper, Pan, was also there. The other players I didn't recognize. But they were a young squad. They didn't show a great deal of quality for me.
Yeah.
So, but it's good that in the Peace Cup we're inviting better teams every year.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, because 2 years ago it was really we had to win that 2 years ago. We were always going to win the Peace Cup 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year it got a little bit tougher with Pakistan. This year it's really just Chinese Taipei that's the really truly team that everybody feels will get run over.
So, and we did that. We did that.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to go out there and do it. I mean, on paper, people will say that, voila, mismatch. But you have to go out there and prove it. And the boys played well, with confidence, as usual, with the way things have been going with the national team these days. Young players on the field. Sato, you forget that he's so young. Amani Aguinaldo as well, you forget that he's so young.
There are two things I want to stress that I saw a little improvement on. Which I told the mom of, after the game. Mom of Amani was sitting alone, and I was leaving. I said, good thing. Sabi ko, I said in Tagalog, I said, nagmamature na yung anak mo. May utak na konti. Of course, he did some stupid fouls that he had to do because he's a big boy. But I saw some improvement in Amani. A more disciplined player now. And like Thomas says, and what we said before, it can only get better for these these youngsters. And, it didn't take 6 months or a year to see the changes in these kids. The other one, which the other spectators were laughing at my how do you say not opinion, how do you say?
Sounds like rhymes with.
No.
How many syllables?
When Mark Hartman came, I just said, "What the fuck, Mark? You're running!" Everybody from global area, and they're all laughing. He lost. I mean, that's good. Keep it up, Mark. I mean, if everybody gets, this is also testament to what Thomas Dooley is as a coach. I don't kick ass. I don't lick ass pala, sorry.
Nice.
I kick ass. I kick ass. I kick ass. I don't lick ass. Never mind. Next show.
Yeah.
There's another show. It's for Mo. This for a Mo Twister show. Anyway.
Spiraling so quickly. I mean, come on, let's get it back.
That's me, man. That's me, man. To see these improvements also is because of what the coaching staff does with the players. The trust that they have on the players. Of course, you can only reciprocate as a player when you're being dealt with an even hand, right? You reciprocate and give also an even hand. And now it's so obvious, like all the bashers and the haters, you can all go to hell now because you can see the difference, about saying this Thomas does like this, Thomas does like that, because of the brouhaha with Shraki and Dennis Kagara. When you look at it now, okay, fine, it's just you say Peace Cup. But what is a Peace Cup for? That's for our Azkals and our coaching staff to experiment and make the most out of the players that they have.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been positive. But I agree with Bob. When I heard about the score line of Myanmar and Palestine was 4-1, I said, oh my God. Myanmar has always been dangerous.
Oh my God. ZMG.
But
ZOMG.
I'll tell you, the other Southeast Asian teams that beat and clobber Myanmar, that's in coaching. I think when you play Myanmar with very sound tactical changes from your team, Myanmar can be beaten, and they can be beaten hard. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll just leave it up to Thomas Dooley on how he would play Myanmar on Saturday. Of course, it'll be very interesting to find out, right, Bob? It'll be interesting to see who's Who is starting and who where?
And that's always going to be the case, right? With Coach Thomas Dooley, it's like even on the biggest
You'll never
stage,
know.
You
challenge
can
cup,
never predict him.
We can never tell what he's going to put out. So 2 things we need to discuss before we move on to the next thing. First of all, Mark Hartman, leading scorer of the UFL, has been in the wilderness in terms of the men's national team. And we actually had a chance to talk to Thomas Dooley about this, where he said, when we mentioned about Mark Hartman not being part of the list, he spoke of you need to play as a team.
Yes.
Individuals who play for themselves will not be considered as part of the team. Now, since that statement has been made, Mark Hartman is now back in the team scoring goals.
That means there was some communication done.
Yeah. So now Mark Hartman is back, and obviously he's got so much quality in both of his feet. He's been scoring goals for fun in the UFL. The question was always, can he do it on the international stage?
Yeah.
And now we've seen a glimpse of 2 goals. Your thoughts on Mark Hartman?
It was so funny. The funniest moment, I don't know if you watched the game last night.
I did, yeah.
When Mark Hartman was taking a corner in that corner, and I said, Mark Hartman is keeping the ball on the corner arc. And then I looked at Darren, and Darren is laughing. He says, it's the same thing I was thinking of on air, because in the 2011 UFL Cup final
against Air Force.
Loyola's down 1-0, and he takes a corner from that corner arc and puts the ball like half a meter out of the corner arc and takes the corner, and James heads it in past Tats Mercado, and the referees have to have the corner retaken.
That's right.
You know, obviously Mark has learned now to put the ball inside the arc. But he's really learning, I think, and it's great to see him score a goal.
Yeah.
And you just saw he's just a real sniper. The first goal was not easy because the ball was in the air.
Yeah, it's bouncing.
And he volleyed it into the ground, and it was very similar to a goal he scored in the Singapore Cup about 2 years ago or last year. And it's the same thing. The ball is volleyed in the air. Is in the air, and he volleys it down.
Right.
And that's really advanced technique. Most people in the volley, when the ball's in the air, you put it over the bar because the ball's in the air, right? So, and then the second goal, funny because I think it's in almost the exact spot where Matt Hartman scored his one and only Azkals goal. Almost the exact spot, yeah. So it's great to see Mark in the team, and I think he's gonna make the Suzuki Cup. Unless he gets hurt or something, and we're gonna really need that kind of firepower. He's a fantastic player coming off the bench.
Or unless he loses his head also again.
Maybe he starts taking corner kicks again on the corner. I don't know.
Second thing we need to talk about, Myanmar on Saturday and the attendance at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. I hear wasn't great. I was stuck at home, was working a lot. I was watching 2 games at the same time. It was difficult. But on Saturday we were expecting a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
Hopefully. 60 pesos, guys. Come on.
I am literally, after this, going to Power Plant to the National Bookstore to buy tickets for the Western Bigutan kids.
Nice.
So I'm going to buy some for
What a guy.
What a guy.
Yeah,
What a guy, this guy.
Give me pay for half of it. I think it's such a great idea. Yes.
What a guy, this guy.
So, very disappointing attendance.
Yeah.
No, you know why? We were during the lull. Okay? During the lull, we were talking outside. I was taking my regular fresh air, oxygen. Too stuffy inside the stadium. I had to get out. I needed fresh air. So we were talking with a few guys. It boiled down to lack of advertising of the Peace Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they say. We said it. We told no. I think it's lacking. Plus the fact that the weather wasn't agreeing with us last night. Of course, the traffic and floods.
And the Gilas game.
The Gilas was the biggest thing. That's just.
But Saturday, isn't Saturday they're playing Senegal?
No,
they're
today.
playing Senegal later.
Tonight.
Okay, then Saturday for sure they will have a better time. That's because look, I'd like to praise the Ultra Santibalis, Caballeros.
Yeah, Ultras.
I love these guys. They never gave up.
Never.
They never gave. They stood their ground.
Even during the moment of silence.
Yeah.
During the minute of silence. It took a while for them to realize, minute of silence pala.
No, but
they're fantastic.
I think they will be the pioneers of this group of cheerleaders and all that. Hopefully, by every month, every 2 months, the group becomes bigger and bigger and bigger until such time when we have a local game, you know, when the Azkals play international locally, that everybody will be chanting the same things and all that. We're getting there. The football, we're getting there. The crowd, we're getting there. Media, we're getting there. Television, we're getting there.
Let me guess what you're going to say.
Certainly.
I can already tell where you're going with this. But the referees! The referees! It's always, right?
Wait. We had one goal that was missed. Was called off. It was offside.
Yeah, was that Chris Quinn?
Excuse me, for everybody to know.
Was he off?
That second assistant referee, I'm sorry, is our local Filipino.
I don't. Are you sure? I've got.
I had the one of Ryan.
Start
Ryan showed
list.
me.
I'll look at the start list. I'm not
Assistant
sure.
2.
In that case, it was definitely offside.
No, it was clear. I was sitting in the where I was seated was where it happened. It was so clear he came from behind. He came from behind. You know.
Yeah, I haven't seen a replay of that with the big view.
Right.
So I'll.
I don't think you'll be able to see it because I didn't see the cameras angled well.
Yeah.
It has to be in that side. The cameras down here, the others in the center, and on top, so you will not clearly see. Well, hopefully the one from the center behind you guys, behind the panel.
Yeah.
If it was panned properly, I think you would see.
Oh, ano yun? 5-1, 6-1, masyado na eh.
Yeah.
Let's stop bashing the referees, man.
You started it. You always started it.
You started it.
Speaking of the referees, the first game, the Myanmar-Palestine, was officiated by Steve Supersencha from Iloilo, and he's a FIFA referee. He goes to the SEA Games. I believe he went to the Bolka Trophy. I think he even has Suzuki Cup experience.
He's a 12-thin one.
Nice.
Yes.
From Iloilo.
Now, the question is, I saw him in the VIP. I said, why? Kailan ka ba mag-UFL? He says, I have work. I think he has a job in Iloilo somewhere. For me, if we've got these referees, we got to get them in the UFL somehow.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Somehow.
Well,
even if it means flying them in for a big game or something.
I will not forget him.
Why?
I walked out on him in one game. He made 3 mistakes in a minute.
Are you sure it's the same guy?
Sobre.
Supersencha.
Is he the tall, thin guy from Iloilo?
Yes.
Well,
But he's a FIFA referee.
I don't care.
When was this? Maybe he's improved since then.
Mini games in Raw City.
Well, how old was that? How long ago was that?
Patrick's last year or last
So that's last year.
last I think.
2013.
He's gotten a lot better since then, I hear.
I hope so. Because they even had to call the police in because they thought I was gonna
Because he got
kill
crazy?
him. No, I had to pull up my team because my team was ready to pounce on him. Literally. Literally. Everybody saw it. Even the assessor and everything. But anyway,
Way to throw that
hopefully
guy.
he improves.
Way to throw that
he
guy.
is, at the end of the day, he's a FIFA referee. And I think we should be having FIFA referees in our elite competitions.
Did he do well in the Palestine-Myanmar game?
No big issues. He lets the team play. He plays advantage well.
But the question was, in some ratings, 0.0 easy game, 0.1 slightly hard, then 1.0 hard. What was the game? How was the game Myanmar and Palestine?
Pretty free-flowing? Was it?
I felt it was pretty
Easy game?
fun. I didn't think it was too.
Okay.
Let's not make it difficult for this guy, all right? We're behind you, sir. All right?
Hey.
Don't listen to these guys.
We can't let the other people just be the haters and the bashers. Why can't we? It's like we only bash one type of person.
Right.
One type of person.
What type of person is someone? Okay, so Saturday, everybody, watch 60 pesos.
7?
Okay, it's like this. The first game is Chinese Taipei versus Palestine. Okay, that's at 4 o'clock. That's a good game to watch because Palestine only dressed 13 players.
Right.
Okay, and only dressed on their bench was the goalkeeper and 1 substitute. The other players were supposed to come. They probably came today, including Ashraf Numan Al-Fawagra, the guy who was amazing in the Challenge Cup.
Right.
So if they were there, maybe they could have beaten Myanmar. So it'll be a very good game.
For those who are wondering why the Palestinians were not available, watch the news from time to time.
But various reasons also, like Al-Fawagra plays in Saudi Arabia, he had trouble with his club or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good game. And then 7 o'clock is Philippines versus Myanmar. I beg everybody to please bring as many of your friends as you possibly can, invite people, tell people about it, share it, retweet it. We should have a rocking crowd there. And I'm also imploring the people on in charge to take that scoreboard away from the middle of the bleachers.
Yeah.
That's not a good place for a scoreboard. And I had complaints already on social media that it's affecting the best bleacher seats.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the center of the freaking field, guys.
Yeah.
You can put it on top where the flame is if you want.
The torch.
Or put it at the end of the green or blue bleachers.
Where they used to put it before. By the gate.
Who put that up there?
By one of the gates.
Who put it up there?
I don't know whose call it is, but it's not the right place because it blocks the view of so many people. You saw people standing around on the side just to avoid it.
Yeah, sort it out, folks. This is the first time in a few years where we're holding games again in Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. So it's a big deal. We used to have so many great memories in that spot. Yesterday was, I don't know, like a sad representation of what it was before. I mean, very small output came out. So let's go out there and let's support the team. It's on Saturday.
Be there by 6 o'clock or 6:30 to start soaking in the atmosphere.
I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, there's some people who showed up late. I think 7 o'clock is a bit early for a weeknight game. It's a bit early.
Yeah.
So
I got a wedding. Too bad. I've got a wedding. Anyways, everybody else definitely make it there. I'll try to follow as soon as I can. But yeah, Saturday, 60 pesos.
60 pesos. Yeah,
60
it's
pesos.
very reasonable. Maybe I'm thinking PFF can have the green and blue section free for students.
Yeah, why not, right?
The first X number of students who show up, show student ID, can get in, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
how
see.
rude of us here on the show. As usual, we've just jumped straight into the thick of the stuff, and we haven't even introduced Bob Guerrero properly on the program. Probably because we don't really need to. Bob Guerrero is a very public figure. Bob Guerrero.
He's not gay, folks. He's not gay. He's just acting
Bob
gay.
Guerrero is the commentator of all the Azkals games, right? He's been doing that since the beginning.
Most of them.
Just about all of them. Since 2011. So it's been, you're doing it for 3 years now. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Right? Time flies, huh? And Bob also has a column on Yahoo. It's called Passionate Fan. Talks a lot about football and other sports as well. You mingle.
That's another
in a few
50,000.
Yeah.
And of course, I also come from the hotbed, the training ground of football commentators, Jakarta International School.
Jakarta
International School.
Where I used to go to school as well.
I went to the Chilanda campus, and you went to the Patimura campus.
No, I didn't go to the Patimura.
We went to the Chilanda one.
Yeah,
we played football in the same place as little
You're
kids.
talking about from
where he's from. So there's an Indonesian connection here, which is nice. Bob Guerrero also has his own team, Western Bikutan FC. Tell us a little bit about that. That's an incredible little endeavor, and we've had them visit the UFL games from time to time.
Yes.
A great set of kids who seem to have a great passion for the game of football.
They're wonderful kids. Some of them started playing in their school, and actually they're playing in a division meet or city meet on September 13 and 20. But I'm active in a church in that area, and some of the kids in the church were also part of the football team, and I also have brought some of them to Azkals matches before.
Right.
So we've been playing. We started July of 2013, and we've got kids from 9 years old and younger to kids already in college. So we join age group stuff. We played Letran High School, Zarex Velasquez Letran School 2 weeks ago.
How'd you guys do?
We lost 3-1, but we dominated.
Hey, not so bad.
We should have gone ahead. Some clubs, they like to hang on to their players, and they don't. I'm the opposite. I'm like a bugao. I'm trying to tell the kids, go out and look for other clubs, so you can develop. And I have kids who are really enthusiastic about the game, and some of them are very talented, and I want them to go to other schools, other
Some
clubs.
of these kids are out of school youth too, or all of them are?
Most of them are studying, at least in high school and grade school. So we're lucky because there's a tenement court in the Western Bikutan tenement which is covered and does not have a basketball goal on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's really a volleyball court, or you know,
That's
and
rare.
and I had some goal frames made, and so I had the goal frames made like I think last year or early this year. I'll show you the picture. So yeah, this is it. This is our
Look at that.
That's where we play.
How cool is that?
Yeah, and but these goals are too small because I did something really stupid. So I looked at 3 meters by 2 meters. So I tell the guy, "Oh, gawa ka 3 meters by 2 meters."
So he made it 2 by 3.
He made it 3 meters by 2 meters.
The other
and then
way.
I realized when the first one was made, it's the opening that's 3 meters and 2 meters, not the end of the post. So this is 3 meters too low and 3 inches too low and 6 inches narrow.
Just to let you guys know, Bob Guerrero is also the consultant for the Emperador Stadium. That was him.
You out there. That is not true. That is not true.
So the netting outside and all that, the construction of the
That is a low
roof.
blow.
No wonder. Beautiful, Bob. Beautiful.
At any rate, yeah, I appreciated you there for a moment, asking me about the club. So anyway, so we play futsal every Saturday morning, and over the summer, you know, my team has played. They played in an 11-a-side over the summer with teams from a team from Guam. Actually, they beat them.
For real?
They played them twice. They played them in 11-a-side tournament. They played against youth national team players like Lindsay Whaley of the under-14s. The girls have played with her. We have boys and girls. We have a player who's plays for soccer youth already. He's been playing even before us. But
Wow,
and
this is
then
great.
we have some players that I want to try and develop and get into UAAP or NCAA teams for college. And we've got a lot of kids who just started playing with us, but they have the talent. We enter them into the Ambassadors Cup.
Team Socceroos competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we reached the final of the 13 and under, and we lost. But it's fantastic. It's very gratifying to mentor kids even off the pitch.
Yeah.
And you know, to teach them football. And the interesting thing is that there's some Santa Barbara young men who live in that area. So they're really football players.
Right.
So they try and teach the kids. So everything has really come together. And it's amazing. I invite anybody who wants to play futsal on like a Saturday morning to just come over.
You're having it much better than Roy Moore is having in Tondo.
Yeah, right.
I've been reading.
Payatas, yeah.
Payatas. I mean,
Sometimes we get kicked out also, like when there's a Zumba class for the seniors, or something like
you gotta
that.
join that, man. Warm up before you play.
Sabay tayo.
Ayoko. Tamad ako eh.
Sabay tayo.
By the way, baka natutulungan yung mga players mo because, you know, smaller goals, they're more accurate.
No, you know what?
I don't know.
The best thing to because let's face it, the Filipino youth are transfixed on basketball.
Yeah.
So smaller court. The way to invite or to get the enthusiasm out of these kids is to make it smaller. Because if you start them off in a regular field, just looking at it, they'll be tired of it.
Daunting diba? Laki,
So
haba.
you start inviting them and let them play in small, and once they have the fun, then you go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till you get them to the main field, right? But I'm just talking about the youth. That's how you start with the youth. If you don't start with maybe 14 up, if you're 14 down, you can start slow. Then you look at their attitude. Are they having fun? So continue training them. Let them play there. A few months playing there, and slowly, you know, without they will not know.
And then they get to the
Just
big
play.
field, and then they're in LaSalle, and then Coach Hans is yelling at them.
Yeah. Like I worked so hard
Like
to
that,
get here
yes.
to this point where I can get shouted at on a regular basis.
Yeah, they end up running faster.
Away from you, yes.
Running away from the field or on the field, that's the big question.
But I mean, it must be a great, you know, I mean, how much time do you invest with the Western Bikutan Football Club?
I don't count. But it's very gratifying to help young kids. Look for us on Facebook. Just search for Western Bikutan Football Club. We have a group. It's an open group. Everybody can see, you know, the posts, and we're always looking for sponsors. Because it's hard
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Claus all the
Also-
time.
Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Come in, Sasu. We're looking for sponsors. I was about to say,
Kami muna.
no, before Bob
There
was
are no
saying
young
that,
kids being helped here.
before Bob was saying it was my mind. I was say to all the other folks there who just want to help. Western recruiter of Bob.
Yeah.
They need help maybe for uniforms, even for training, uniforms, bibs, just ordinary bibs, markers, ladders, and all that. You know, payatas, leverisa, and there are quite a number.
Footcal. Did you mention Footcal already?
Futcaleros.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
There's that
growing.
needs help. That needs help.
And it's
Yeah.
and what I learned from Bob setting up last year was that you could set up pretty much everywhere. Like there's a spot
Yeah.
for everyone to, like, if you want to nurture a community in your place and you want to create a football team, football club rather, you can do that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who are interested in the game.
Hey, the greatest player, or one of the greatest players of all time, started playing in the streets.
Yeah.
On the streets, and I'm talking about flat cemented streets, cobbled, cobbled streets, and he became Pelé. Here we're at this time and age, we're having it much better. We have more cement, flat areas.
Yeah.
But without even saying anything else, you know, there are a lot of kids now. One thing, what is good with our football development now, is we're taking a lot of kids out of the streets, out of sniffing rugby, getting to gangs, you know, and getting to petty crimes, which will end up being
Getting
bigger
into
crimes.
vices like smoking.
Yes, stop smoking. That's bad for you.
Yeah.
Kids,
Yeah.
don't smoke. No, but the thing is, thanks, Bob. This is the last time we're inviting him. The thing that is, you know, I know a lot of Filipinos love helping the less fortunate. Okay, let's say less fortunate. If you can give to basketball programs like that, I think in football you can do the same. There are a lot of kids that would be needing our help. Maybe you can just, anything that you can give. You know what, I'll tell you one thing, with the street kids, or let's say even Bob's kids that are still in school, but they don't have the means to get real pair of shoes or even shin guards, right? Just give these kids one jersey. You know how happy you're gonna make this kid, and this kid will cherish. I have a player in my women's team in the university, La Salle University. She was like that, okay? Up to now, she still keeps her first ever jersey. Somebody from Bacolod, from a well-known family, old family, is mother of my former batchmates, all-time classmates in high school, asked me about, Hans, I want to help this girl. And guess what? She's on her third year and doing very well. No failures. She's doing very well in the university. So like what Bob said, that he wanted to put these kids into the NCAA, UAP. That's not impossible because we have some from UE already that came from the homeless world.
Yes.
We have also players in the UFL First Division who only started with the Homeless World Cup. World Cup team. You know, so all these kids need is just that break. Even if they don't get a break, but if you give them that little, how do you say, it's something like giving a kid a candy, a piece of candy or a toy. They get so happy. Yeah. You know, when you see kids playing football barefoot, give them a pair of shoes. You know what? I'm gonna freaking tell you, when they sleep, let's say these kids don't even have beds. They sleep in, lapag, what you call that, banigs or whatever. How much you want to bet? Their football shoes will lay right there by their face. You know, and then in the morning they wake up, they'll see, they're clean. You know, you just don't know what one simple thing that you help can do. I'm sorry, I may be an asshole sometimes, but I love helping the less needy. You know what I mean?
How difficult was it for you, Bob, to set it up?
We started. We played once in the Technological University of the Philippines, which is a grass field. But then we moved to the concrete court, and then I bought these collapsible goals, yung ganyan, yung plastic. Okay, and then I decided to have the goals made. It cost, including the nets, it cost about 25,000. Okay. Now, that's the cost of a good smartphone.
Yeah.
Right? And the smartphone is obsolete in 2 years.
Right.
You put goal frames for that much, they'll probably be there for the next 10 years or longer.
At least.
And but you can always start with the small plastic ones.
Yeah.
You know,
And just a ball.
and any flat area.
Yeah.
If you want to start a futsal program, it's not hard. And the amazing thing, and I'm sure Roy Moore of Payatas FC can relate to this. Once you start it and the word gets out, people help you without you even asking them.
Right.
There's a friend of Coach Noel Marcaida. His name is Benji Mar Barnes Jacobo. He lives in Dubai, I think, and he helps us, you know. And we got the Ambassador Cup. It helps us. The PFF gave us like 10 brand new futsal balls.
Damn.
You know, and our kids trained with Air Force last year. Okay, last week rather. They're going to be training.
Yeah,
Up there. They're already learning the skills. The wings of
that's
peace.
awesome.
The wings of peace. Then joke lang. They're learning the skills, you know, and it's like once you get the word out, people come out of the woodwork to help.
It brings me back to that movie.
Which one?
Build it,
And they will come. Yeah.
Yeah.
A movie of what's his name? Costner. Was it
Kevin Costner? I don't know. Yeah.
It's baseball.
Hindi ko to
It's about baseball.
Hindi ko to panoorin.
Field of Dreams band.
Field of Dreams, yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
That it's not only for baseball. Now you can see what it's not only for baseball. It's for other sports. That's what Bob said exactly. You start it. You know, even in schools, in learning institutions, there's a new sport you put up. Everybody's I'm sticking to basketball, I'll stick to volleyball, I'll stick to whatever. Then once you see more, the people who don't want to see a lot of kids playing it. Hey, it looks like fun. Why is everybody having fun?
Hey, look at that.
Hey, those are the kids there.
Hey, well done.
Yeah.
You see, how do you like our people here, huh?
You like my look there on the
You
left
never
side?
even knew that they had picture of this.
Yeah, that's from the cover of the Western Bigutan group. On the
Let me guess.
This is during
the other
fair
picture
play
that's in the blue pitch.
That's on the blue pitch. Yes,
I think
correct.
so, no? I think.
Galing, ha?
Yes.
Oh,
For example,
galing ko talaga.
these prison gang uniforms on the left, given
The one,
by,
the one in the yellow?
yeah, the one
Former prisoner, was it?
No, the one with the hat.
With the hat,
That's, not,
yeah?
that's the technical director.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking
the
about
orange
the
uniforms were given to us by Coach Kim, and the
Master
Coach Kim of Versales.
Versailles.
Yeah. So, you know, thank you so much, Coach Kim. So, of Coach Kim Sportswear.
Cots.
Ano yan, player mo, di ba? Kim
Goalkeeper,
Versales.
yes.
Goalkeeper. On the team in white, the one with the armband on the left, that's Elijah Dapov, Socceroo youth player. And the one in the middle, on the white, beside the goalkeeper, is Brian Leritania, also former Socceroo player. And there's some talented kids there, and you know, even if they don't go to play university, you know, at least you've got them doing something productive. And I think that if there's one player in the UAAP and the UFL who symbolizes where Pinoy homegrown football is headed, for me, it's UP's Daniel Gadia.
Yeah.
Because once upon a time, and I'm sure naabutan nyo to, Hans, if you played football in the Philippines, you're a rich kid from the Manila, poor kid from the South. Diba? But now, we can get kids from humble backgrounds in Metro Manila learning, because that's how Daniel got into football. He was playing futsal. So you can get them playing futsal, and then if they show talent, then they can graduate to the bigger game. The other great thing about futsal is that you don't need to buy spikes.
Yeah.
You can use any flat-soled shoe that you have. So I really exhort anybody, you know, just have a ball and then a goal frames made.
Is that like extortion?
And then suddenly exhort.
Sorry.
Exhort.
Kasi
Yes, exhaust.
every day you read the papers.
Big words kasi
Exhaust like when you smoke and then
Extortion.
exhaust.
Implore,
Yeah.
yung mga ganyan.
So, yun. That's what I suggest.
Let him finish.
Yeah,
please.
Pretty much, yes. I'm done. Yes. Yeah, that's
Sorry,
it.
Bob. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's how we are here.
But honestly, though, it's a great endeavor that Bob Guerrero and all the other guys have been working hard. Fair Play for All Foundation, the Futboleros. This is a nice photo of Western
that's our
Bikutan
court
FC
right there.
in action. Check that out.
Cemented?
That's cemented. Yeah.
It's not slippery. The slippery cement, right? It's not, is it?
Niemann.
So if you're interested in doing it, it's very simple. You gotta put up the goals, get a ball out there, and get people interested in the sport of football, and you guys will have your own.
And they learn so quickly. Just by playing, they learn.
Yeah.
Just by watching on TV, they learn.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing.
Speaking about places to learn, the UFL FA League Cup is going to start on the 20th. Let's talk a little bit about that. We just had the draw. Which is very interesting.
It's legit, dude.
Legit.
We saw it.
All right.
It's legit. Okay.
A few kinks here and there in terms of we're supposed to call it pot 1, pot 2, pot 3. I don't know.
Pad Thai.
But we got it done, right? Basically, it's come out in this fashion. We're going to show you guys the groupings once again. Group A is the group of death.
I think this group of death is the worst group of death ever in the UFL. Because we only have 2 groups.
The
and
group
look
of
at
double
that
death.
group A.
All right.
That's why Mark here is so happy that his team Global is in Group B.
I feel sorry for Army doesn't have Ed Sacapaño anymore.
Do they not?
He's playing for Ceres. He's already discharged.
Playing or coaching for Ceres?
So is it gonna be Victorino Troyo in goal for Army again?
Yeah,
Or is it gonna be Joshua Singson? Either of those guys is gonna have a very interesting September and October.
Another thing that's going to be interesting here, Bob, I don't know if you know this already, but I know for a fact that there will be a lot of movement.
Yes,
There's a lot of movement, player movement. So don't be alarmed or don't be shocked, fans. But, that happens in pro or semi-pro sports. And let's see who can make the best or the most out of the changes.
Let's start off with
Who won in the
transfer.
Yeah, it's interesting that Manila Jeepney and Loyola are going to play against each other because a bunch of Loyola players, Ref Quaresma, Jake Morallo already were there in the last competition.
Yeah.
They've already moved to Jeepney. It appears that PJ Fadrigalan and Alexandro Elnar are also headed to Jeepney.
Ooh, look at you
David
guys.
Cortina, another ex-Spark who passed through Pachanga, going to Jeepney. And then Nano Amita also is gonna go to Jeepney. So it's gonna be a mouth-watering game.
And a bit of a coaching.
I'll pay for that.
Coaching.
Yeah, Coach Kim, Master Kim Chol-soo, former coach of the Sparks.
Yeah.
Now coaching Jeepney. He's brought in other players like Eric Ben Giganto and Nicolas Ferrer from his UE squad. FEU squad, sorry. Yes,
Look
FEU.
at Bob over here with all the inside information of all.
Paparazzi.
I'm hiding in the bushes.
Well, we're waiting for the confirmation from all the teams, but basically, you've got it correct.
For what I heard on Monday, there's going to be a big announcement
From
one of the clubs.
From which one?
One of the clubs that were here earlier during the draw.
Okay.
I said I'm not going to say anything until I see it on Monday. It's going to be announced anyway, so it won't be too much of a shocker.
Ronaldinho.
Before you know that why it has happened, but you will think that this player or those players would ever leave this club if they had so.
I've seen photos from Loyola Meralco Sparks. I saw Ed Magliari in Loyola colors. We saw Junior Munoz transferred from Stallion.
When I went to training, he was trialing. I don't know if he's there already, but maybe you're more well.
I don't know. I just saw him in a photo, so
yeah. The big transfer is of course Patrick to Global, and then Paulo Pascual going the other way,
and Kim Versales being picked up by Green Archers. This is all allegedly.
No, Kim's already with us. So is Paulo.
I think the move of Paulo Bugas to Global is also a big pickup for Global. Paulo Bugas, a big talent.
Yeah.
Another big movement also is Lee Jong-woo and Park Yi-young of Socceroo going to Pachanga Diliman.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, I was. You didn't know it either.
Look
Yeah,
at
very
you.
ancient.
Breaker of news. Lee Jong-woo.
Lee Jong-woo and Park Yi-young of Socceroo to Pachanga. Yeah, because John has admired those two for a long time,
Right.
and so they're
players.
there. Very good players. So Pachanga has very good, solid Filipino players also. Most of them from UP. So they're going to be very competitive.
Alam mo, dapat kasi ko sa mga media ka, kailangan chismoso eh.
Yeah.
Pero hindi mo alam yung sinabi ko.
Hindi ko alam yun.
Oh, ay, alam ko na. Alam ko na.
After
Pero
the camera
no
shuts
names,
off, I'm gonna ask you.
no names, but I obviously know because earlier I already said something. And then somebody just said, maybe when you get all this, I have to say one word lang, you know already.
Okay.
Say it.
Yan na lang.
Say it.
Never mind.
Green Archers, anybody?
No, I should. No. It's not about.
Who are we looking forward to Green Archers? Paulo Pascual, Kim Versales, what else?
From what I heard,
You got Kennedy, right?
I got Kennedy's there. I got a call earlier before leaving for the show from Freddy Gonzalez. I confirmed it with Armand Darzai, who, by the way, has been moved up.
To
He has
management?
retired as a player, but has moved up to management. That Archers will also be getting. I don't want to preempt anybody, but
you're gonna do it?
Just say it already. Nobody watched the show anyway. So, Boyet Canedo is
Whoa!
coming our way.
Hey, that's huge.
So, I don't know who else. We were trying out some other players actually, and there's still some other players.
Free boy.
There's one more player who came from one of the top clubs who's been trying out with us, but our management has to talk to his management first to clarify. Clear it all. He was
Clarify. I like that. It's a new word.
Yeah, clear and clarify.
Correct.
Clarify.
Clarify it.
You never heard of the word clarify? Oh, where the have you been? Anyway, he was a top player, starter for this top club, but was moved out for injuries. I think he was moved down, and then now he's coming up with us. I think we're interested in him.
Does he have a name?
Possession.
Does he have a name? He doesn't have a name yet, huh?
Porringer.
Possession
Okay.
lang. Possession.
Center back.
Ay, alam ko yan. Ay.
Okay. Anyway,
I think Boyet's going to be a fantastic player.
actually,
guys.
2 years ago, I was ready getting Boyet Canedo to our team, but of course, you know, these are local players, especially from. I'm sorry, I'm not putting them down or anything, right? I'm saying it's the local players who come from the provinces. Once they have this offer with housing or what have you, get this salary which they never even got as working. Remember, UFL has taken a lot of retired players out of retirement. They quit their day job because this is everybody's athlete's dream.
Like Dodds,
to play.
right? Dodds Pasinabo, he was working in Cebu, right?
Dodds, Jumanji,
course.
Tateng, a lot.
That's a natural tendency.
I would say at least 50% of our local players in the UFL
Had other jobs.
came out from, yes, they had day jobs.
Because there wasn't any profession to go to, right? So
Exactly.
it's
That's
here
why.
now. It's here now.
That's why it's out now here, and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
You know, financially. It depends on the deals. So it'll be very interesting. You know, like in the PBA, I'm not a fan of PBA, but I only want to watch the PBA when after the rookies draft, especially if there are some LaSalle players, or even not LaSalle, but very interesting UAP or NCAA players.
Yeah, you just want to see how they do.
From Ateneo or whatever, doesn't matter. That's when I come to watch, or when there are imports. That's it. But if it's boring already, okay, screw that. I just watch something else.
The all-Filipino Cup's the most fun.
That's why, yeah, I'm saying about the young.
When
when you see
is the
young players.
UFL going to have an all-Filipino Cup?
That is not going to happen, I don't think. I think it's going to be, there's always going to be
No, we
foreigners
got a full
involved.
calendar.
and-
That's why, Bob. You know, I
I want Air Force to be able to win something.
no, I gave an idea already last year supposed to be, but we have a full calendar for UFL. If we didn't have a full calendar, what I wanted to do is a quadruple, quadrangle, what?
Quadruple what?
A four-way. A four-way. Three-way, four-way.
All Filipino.
You like the four-way, three-way, yeah?
Of course. You try everything before you die, man. We're talking about football. All Filipino team. All African team. All Asian team. And all whatever.
The rest of the world.
The rest of the world. You know? European. Short tournament and all that. Like an all-star thing. Of course. You make that tournament, no free tickets, pay tickets, I'll tell you, people who come and watch. You know why? It takes out the for me, I say, for lack of terms, I'm not like Bob who has these all highfalutin words. You know, it takes out from the daily boredom of watching the same team, same players play, the same team, same players.
Yeah.
You get them all out. It's like an all-star,
Which,
you know, put them all together. It's interesting. You see, like all African team.
Yeah.
Do the Africans really play this? No, they play style. All Asian teams, they play, or the rest of the world, the Australians, the New Zealanders, the Brits, the Americans, or whatever. You know, you see, then how will the Filipinos fare?
Yeah.
You know, also excuse me, it's interesting.
Yeah.
For me, two things. I'd love to see the game that I've been proposing, which is Iloilo versus Negros Occidental. Hopefully, it can happen one day.
Who's planning that? Who are people
I don't
doing
know.
this?
I think maybe Richie Ganaban or whoever, and I think you also. Hopefully, it will happen sometime soon.
Looks like it will. Looks like
in maybe in the May the All-Star game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be huge to have Balot, Chifi, Ayan Araneta. In one team, and then Jinggoy, Boyet, Dodds, Ed Sacapaño, all other Tating,
Manji,
let's see if there's anybody still standing after 90 minutes because they're hopefully the Hiligaynon derby will happen.
They have a party the night before.
The other one I'd like to see is similar to what you're suggesting, but like a UFL Cup of Nations. Korea versus Ghana versus the Philippines versus England versus USA.
Yeah.
They have something like that in Nomads, the Little World Cup, but you know, it would be nice to have something.
Wait, before I forget, this might come out. It's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Oh, great.
We're planning something for women's football next summer. A national finals, the real national finals, wherein everybody's got to play with their regional FAs.
So no more NCR getting players from Iloilo or Negros.
No, like my plan is to put, if we can get 12 teams, just to show the Philippines that girls football is also developing fast, actually, here in the Philippines. And I have brought it out to former players, coaches for women's football, and everybody's very enthusiastic. But the thing, of course, it will cost. Okay, it will be under the PFF's Women's Committee. We'd like to do this next summer. All players that are here, like for example, my LaSalle team, I have players from Dumaguete, from Bacolod and all that. When it comes to that time, they all have to play for the because if we don't do this, who's going to beat NCR? No one's going to beat NCR. The top 4 teams will all come from NCR because everybody else is here. So to showcase women's football, a lot of people don't know it because a lot of people are still behind the fence when they talk about women's football. They think everybody's coming from Manila. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Even Butuan, Cagayan de Oro, we've got a lot of female players now. So we need to showcase. And besides, for this, we will augment the roster for the Malditas. You know, we have very good women players.
When is this competition happening?
I want to plan on next summer. But I need major sponsors, as in big time mode.
Where can they go to get information about this? Is there a website or?
We're not putting up anything yet because until I'm supposed to have a meeting this week with the sports events group. I did the Philips intercollegiate national finals before years ago. Very successful. It'll be done. I want it in Dumaguete, nowhere else, because I work with the people there and very nice to work with them.
Yeah, Coach Perry and
all of these guys. All corners of making a tournament like this, a national tournament. you know, it's going to be one big thing. But I need help from others. Anybody's interested, just get in touch with me.
Coach Hans Smith on Twitter.
Anytime, just get in touch with me. Or if you know anyone from the PFF, you can get in touch with Ernie Nieras, or even Mr. Araneta, or whoever from the PFF, Women's Committee.
Coach Let,
Dimson.
Number ni Coach Hans, bigyan na natin. 09.
Alright, so help lang. I need help, please.
That's from the women's football standpoint. Just to wrap up the FA League Cup, we were talking about transfers earlier on. Interesting, not just in terms of player movement, but coaching movement. We have Adam Riki, not sure that's how you pronounce his name, but he's the new coach who has replaced David Perkovic at the helm of Kaya FC.
And there's one thing very interesting about him, I just heard earlier.
What's that?
This will be the first time he's going to be handling men's football.
Oh yeah, he was coaching a women's team in America, if I'm not mistaken. So he's British, lived in America. He brought the new signings are Diego Barrera,
very good pickup.
Jeremy
Where is he? Diego is where?
Diego Barrera going to Kaya.
Big pickup, huge.
Played for them in the Charity Cup.
Great freaking player. I have
Technically
to say,
very
huge
fantastic.
fan of him. Jeremy Horn, who played for the Double Stallion Championship team 2 seasons ago, and then Louis Clark is a new one. We have no information on Louis Clark. So those are for Kaya. And for Loyola Morocco Sparks, they brought in Simon McMenemy, who started the football explosion here with that great Suzuki Cup run back in 2010. So he's back in the Philippines and coaching in the UFL. That's a huge dynamic, just showcasing just how far Philippine football has come, which is incredible. Thoughts on any of this?
That's fantastic hiring by the Sparks to get Simon McMenemy. He says, we're going to play possession football, but it's not going to be tiki-taka. It'll be incisive. You're going to move the ball forward. And I get a great vibe from there. I think it's going to be a very, very tough league next year. Ceres Global, Loyola Kaya, and Green Archers also.
Stallion.
Yeah, beefing up. So, very good to raise the standard and of the football here.
Ceres, man.
You know, like
Ceres, wow.
Arman told us earlier, or at least I don't know if you guys heard it, but he said that Loyola is like a complete revamp. I don't know how many players, except of course Phil and James are still in.
Yeah.
Okay, Phil and James still in there, but it's a major reshuffling. Freddie, I think, still there.
Yeah, so it's.
But the most, I think, will be Loyola.
Ceres. Well, Ceres.
Well, yeah, Ceres is like they built a new team.
Yeah. So shout out to Ceres Assault Football Club, always supporting the show. Good luck in the FA League Cup. Starts September 20. We're just about needing to wrap up this show. Bob, pleasure.
Thank you.
Talking to you as always.
Next time maybe you can give us a good review in your blog. You don't have to pay us anymore. Just say nice things about the show. Which will you well here, Bob?
My usual companion in the stands, actually, Bob Guerrero and myself, watch most of the games live.
We basically do this all the time. It's just not in front of a camera.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get chismis mula dito kay Coach Hans in a little while, not to be shared with you guys. Maybe we'll tweet it a little later on, but
off the record. That's what I hear all the time.
Off the record,
talking to football people.
Nobody watches the show anyway, so it's off the record.
Guys, a few reminders before we do go. Peace Cup on Saturday. Support the team. Please do that. All right.
Go to Ticket World outlets, or you can probably buy at the game.
Definitely. Also, shout out to everybody on Pinoy Exchange. You guys were seeing it throughout the entire show being flashed. The address where you guys can check us out on Pinoy Exchange. Please do that. Follow us on Twitter, Hands On NMF, and on Facebook, it's Hands On. Jing Hamlang for me, and Coach Hans Smith for Coach Hans on Twitter. All right, Bob Guerrero, what's yours? Twitter handle?
Passionate Fan PH.
Passionate Fan PH. Follow us.
Wait, I just want to know.
Yeah.
We forgot to ask Brian Phoenix about that.
What?
Where did you guys get your title of your blogs?
All right.
Passionate Fan, because you're just a passionate fan.
Yes.
Ryan Phoenix is
rampaging fullback.
Rampaging way.
Was he a
frustrated fullback?
I don't know. Mine was off the upright.
Ryan, were you a frustrated fullback?
Did you know my column? My column was called Off the Upright. Because I played striker for a
And you always hit the upright.
Puro poste.
I wonder if I was a writer, what my would be. Never mind. You know what it was going to be, right? You will never be out of the papers.
Sigurado, ano yun? may mga dollars sa...
Hey, thank you for the Pinoy exchange.
Yeah, Pinoy exchange.
There were some people, obviously you were from UP and you just said, nagmumura ba si Coach Hans? Yes.
Medyo. Konti lang. Konti lang.
Tumatanda na ako eh. Konti lang ang pagmumura ko.
Sarah Football Club, thank you so much, and all of you.
Ray, thank you.
Everybody who watches the show, supports this podcast. We love you. We appreciate it. You guys continue to download the show, subscribe on iTunes, and the Philippine football community is growing, and we're here to talk to each and every one who has made an impact in growing Philippine football. And just like Bob, we hope to have a few more personalities come on down that we have not had a chance to talk to as of yet. We're going through the lineup pretty quickly though. So hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to us.
First off, welcome to Manila Jeepney FC and to Ceres Lasal to the First Division.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was going to say next. I'm hungry.
By the way, as part of the planning session for the UFL, just want to give you guys before we leave, there's a lot of exciting things that are going to happen this season that's coming right up. Obviously, the new competition, the UFL Cup and the league, going to be run at the same time. There's going to be an all-star weekend. A lot of things to look forward to. So if you're a Filipino football fan, today, this time of the year is the right time to get excited about domestic club football, and it's going to be a great season. All right,
thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you, the Football Alliance and UFL, for choosing hands-on for the draw. I think it's the first time it has ever been done in a podcast show.
They're gonna do it next year.
Ulitin mo ba to? Yun yung tanong.
Hindi ako nagmura, hindi ko sinira UFL, hindi ko sinira FA. Pwede pa kayo next time. What's this? Normally we say, you'll know our guest when I know. Let me tell you now, don't miss our next week episode because we're going to have the very energetic, let's just say, Jason De Jong.
Ooh.
And after Jason, we already said yes, we will have Coach Simon. Basta ko Simon. We'll ask him that.
Once again, thank you guys so much for supporting the show always, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bob, thanks a lot again.
Thank you then. We're welcome.
We'll do this again.
You.
Appreciate it, Bob.
Yes.
See you guys.
The views and opinions expressed on any appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.